What's poppin', T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and I am here with my all tea, all shade. Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 3, Episode 5 review. Want to remind you guys to subscribe to my backup channel. The link is down below in the description box. Also, this coming up week, from the 20th to the 24th, I will not be doing any reviews because I'll be on vacation. When I get back, I'll get caught up on all the reviews that I missed over those 4-day period or whatever. So those reviews will be up, but it'll just be up late. Okay, so on tonight's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, we picked up exactly where we left off last week with Kimmy at the restaurant waiting on Kiowa and Kiowa's husband to arrive. Maurice had left because he had a business meeting that he couldn't miss, and he left not Tisha, Kimmy there to deal with everything on her own. So Kiowa and her husband arrived, and it was so awkward. Kimmy didn't know, should I hug her? Should I not hug her? Should I just be like, hey girl, how you doing? She went in for the hug. Kiowa gave her a hug, but they barely touched each other. And it was it was so awkward and uncomfortable. I was just like, just say that bitch, what up, bitch? Because that hug was just not where it was at. So they all sit down at the table. Kimmy tells them that Maurice left and that, they get to having a conversation about them being a family, all of them being a family, and then how they have to get along, especially because they have this child involved. Kimmy also tells Kiowa that Maurice wanted her to bring up the vaping incident and how she didn't know about it but was confronted about it on camera via this new cast member. Kai was like, yeah, I know about the incident and everything. Kimmy in her confessional says, I'm not going to tell her about the girlfriend Monster has in Michigan. I'm going to leave that up to Maurice and her to deal with that. And I mean, I agree. They don't include your ass and nothing else. Honestly, I don't even understand why she stayed and had the conversation. If he couldn't call her and say, hey, you guys are running late and I got to go, then that's between y'all. Y'all don't include me in shit else. Don't include me when it's convenient for your ass, Maurice. And I'm sorry, but last week's episode really left a bad taste in my mouth involving the Kimmy and Maurice situation. Like, Kimmy is a strong woman, but when it comes to this marriage and this relationship, she let a lot of shit slide to the wayside. And you can tell, like, the shit is just building up and building up. But it's just like, how much are you going to put up with before you finally say enough is enough? Because I would have been cussed Maurice ass the fuck out. And Maurice is the central problem in this whole situation. So Kiowa wants them to all be a united front when it comes to Monster. She wants them all to be on the same page so he can play, different sides. Which is, I'm very happy that they've all decided to come together and have open lines of communication so they can all be in the know. So Destiny accompanies Tisha car shopping. So Destiny tells her that she's divorced, and Tisha is very shocked by this news. Tisha then tells her about the Houston trip and about Kyra from Ready to Love being all up on Marceau. Kyra, however, denies all of this. Destiny in her confessional says Tisha, excuse me, I'm sorry, Tisha can be optimistic about Marceau not cheating, but we've all heard the rumors about these alleged kids. Mel then FaceTimes Tisha and invites the ladies to her house for a taco ladies night. So so Destiny was like, you inviting Tiffany too? And Mel was like, yeah, she my homegirl. So Tisha says, who is that? And Destiny was like, I got a problem with Melody because I'm sorry. Tisha was like, who is that? And she was like, girl, I'll tell you. So they end up getting off the phone with Mel. And Destiny was like, I got a problem with Melody because she invited this lady to my B-Day brunch. I didn't like that. She was trying to bring me this tea. I guess it was supposed to be hot, but it was icicles. Well, first of all, let's dissect that statement that Destiny made. The first part, I got a problem with Melody because she invited this lady to my birthday brunch. You and Melody supposed to be so close, y'all best friends or real close friends. Why would you, first of all, say that to Tisha of all people who you know she don't really fuck with like that. You know they have issues. You ain't even fuck with Tisha like that. Y'all was getting into it and having y'all little back and forth last season. Why would you then say that about your close friend to the op? Okay? That rubbed me the wrong way. Okay? Then the other part of that I took issue with is that you said this shit on camera and you ain't even said this shit to Mel. You have had plenty of time and opportunity, even after the brunch, to call her up on the phone outside of the cameras and say, if you even felt that way, like what was up with that? Why would you wait to bring this up on camera without telling Mel, and then you bring it up to Tisha of all people? So that's two strikes right there, or three, I don't even remember. Then the part where you say, I didn't like that she was trying to bring me this tea. I guess it was supposed to be hot, but it was icicles. Let's not try to act like your ass was impressed and ran out the goddamn restaurant and ran into the bathroom boo-hoo crying. Don't try to downplay this shit now. Please don't. Your ass was bothered. You were pressed like a panini, bitch. Let's not, like, you were pressed like some press on nails. Like, don't try to downplay this shit now and act like you so hard, this, that, and the third. Time it was ice cold tea, but you came back to that table time. So did the girl really look like me? This, that, and the third. Like, I don't like all that faking in front. Like, Destiny's so pressed not to have her little stinking ass marital woes on this show that she is coming across real to me, and I ain't really feeling it. So, Tisha says, that's messy already. Destiny says, in my mind, after the fact, I'm like, did you tell Mel all of this? So now you taking it even further, and now on camera and to the op, accusing your so-called friend of basically setting you up. If you really truly felt that way, why didn't you call her on the phone after the event, right after the cameras went down, right after y'all was demiked, whatever the case may be, and ask her, did you know that this bitch was about to bring this shit up? Or how about in the moment while y'all was on camera at the table, did you know she was coming to say all of this? Like, put it to rest right then and there. I ain't really feeling the way Destiny moving. That's some fake ass bullshit to me. I don't like it, Bernie. I don't like it. Then already, let's not forget, she was like pushing Mel out, not telling her what was going on. Didn't even tell the girl she was getting divorced. Ain't been confiding in her about, her being sad and depressed, this, that, and the third. And then you gonna have the nerve to try to switch shit around on me like I'm the fake friend. Girl, you got me fucked up. Please, you got like fucked up. So Tisha was like, if Mel knew, she probably I'm sorry. Tisha said she probably would have told you if she would have known. I like the fact that I give Tisha where credit is due, that she didn't play into the bullshit, didn't try to push them against each other or whatever the case may be. I like the way Tisha handled the situation. So Destiny's like, we gonna talk. And then she says, then she brought up Monster Vaping. Tisha was like, I don't like this Tiffany lady already, like, cause she just starting too much shit. And at the same time, that's still her nephew that, this lady is talking about. So Tisha and Marcel meet up in a parking lot. They both drove different cars, and he doesn't know where they're at or what they're doing. So he's shocked when they then end up meeting up with Dr. Francis, the counselor. Marceau makes him aware that he didn't know that none of this was happening. So Dr. Francis was like, oh, okay. Right. So he was like, any questions you want to ask me before we begin? And Marceau says, why should we fix something that ain't broken? And Dr. Francis looking at him like, obviously something is the fuck broken at your ass is here, my nigga. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So Dr. Francis immediately gets on his ass because he is just like, I thought this other bald head motherfucker I just got done dealing with was a doozy. But now y'all, Carlos, you sending me another one? Like, y'all gonna have to pay me triple time to be dealing with these milk dud ass, raisinette looking ass niggas. So Tisha was like, I've been stressed out, mentally drained from taking care of the household, and we have all these businesses. I just graduated with another master's degree in real estate, and I'm like, we need to seek some help to figure out how to balance things. So Dr. Francis says, can you tell tell her what you understood her to be saying. Marceau says, I don't know how to deal with the stress of everyday life. So Dr. Fred's like, is that all you heard? Like, that's all you took from that. Marcel was like, she's going to school and she doesn't have the time to do the couple of things I asked her to do. Like, what's the big deal? Like, she act like she really doing something type shit. So Tisha was like, I'm asking for us to be on this path together. Marceau says, you're only facing what other women have met. I don't understand a life without stress. My life is constant stress, but I'm not going to share that with you. Well, what the fuck is she here for? Is she literally just somebody to keep your house clean, take care of the kids that you impregnated her with, fuck you when it's time, and to cook your meals? Is that really all she's there for? Like, because you don't treat her like a wife. With that statement alone, she is literally just like a walking, talking, fucking blow up doll at this point. But we've all known that that's how he feels about her. He is a chauvinistic asshole. Um, so Dr. Francis says, what if she wants you to share, your stresses? And Marcel said, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna share my bills with my kids. And Dr. Francis was like, this is your wife though. This ain't your kid. Like the fact that you even tried to make this analogy and comparing you sharing your bills with your kid, you look at Tisha like she's literally one of your kids. And yeah, in a lot of cases she is, because the elevator don't really go up to the top. But at the same time, you married this dizzy bitch, so now you got to deal with it. So Marcel was like, I'm not gonna share my bills with my wife either. So Tisha, you literally over there dealing with a nigga where you don't know what the fuck he got going on financially. All right, your ass gonna end up like Erica Jane ass. All right, y'all better stop letting these niggas run everything where you don't know shit, and then you wake up one day and your ass ain't got nothing, or your ass up in court like Erica Jane fighting for your motherfucking life. You better get it the fuck together. Who knows what this nigga could be spending his money on? He could be spending his money on a whole nother bitch, a whole nother family that everybody been alluding to him having. Girl, you better get it the fuck together. Put on your big girl panties, you and Miss Wanda, and them tight ass curls of hers, and your cousin Kevin. That big bitch that you brought on episode 1, that I refuse to call her by her real name. That bitch name is Kevin. Y'all all better get the fuck together and start running through them bills, bitch. So where was I at? Tisha says, my goals have been put to the side. The reason I became a stay-at-home mom is because the kids had all these activities and you couldn't take them, so I ended up doing everything on my own. And Marceau says, you're wrong about that feeling. How the fuck you gonna tell this lady her feelings are wrong? They're her fucking feelings. They don't belong to you, bitch. What the fuck is wrong with you, nigga? So then he says, you think you're doing something on your own, but you're walking around in a house that's paid for. I do get a little pride when you complain about this stuff and you spend money like water and you're still having a stressful life. First of all, money, more problems. Just because she has the money to be able to buy things don't mean that she doesn't still live a stressful life. But Marceau uses that as an excuse about money and stuff to placate her, because he just don't want to deal with her and whatever issues or stresses or concerns that she has, because I feel like Marceau feel like I am the man of the house. I'm gonna do what I want, say what I want, and I feel like the nigga living a double life, child. I don't put nothing past that man. So then he says, because I've made something so comfortable to the point where I've elevated your ability to complain. Girl, I would have grabbed that nigga by his neck and gave him a noogie. Who the fuck are you talking to? So Dr. Francis at this point almost passed the fuck out because he cannot believe the bullshit that is coming out of this man's mouth. So Dr. Francis is like, what I'm hearing is you're telling her is she just needs to be satisfied that you have provided all this stuff for her. And that's literally what he's saying. Like, I pay the bills, I give you your little spending money. What the fuck are you complaining for? You got a roof over your head. What else is there? So Marceau was like, she has this need for quality time, but she also has a need for gifts. Dr. Francis says, where's the quality time then? And Marceau says she's spending it. Teacher says, if I do spend, it's for things for the kids, for the household. When was the last time you bought the kids clothes and this, that, and the third? She was like, you spend money just on you. I spend money on me plus three. Um, we all know that nigga ain't got not one finger, not one toe to do with them damn kids. He probably don't even know them kids' names. So Dr. Francis, like, how aware is your husband at being emotionally vulnerable? Because he can talk his way out of a rock quarry. And I was like, he can talk that bullshit to motherfuckers that's gonna allow him to talk that bullshit, but he can't get that shit past a real adult person with a brain and fucking two eyes that can goddamn see. So Tisha was like, he's hardcore on what he believes. Dr. Francis says, your wife is telling you how much she needs you. Tisha says, I need for us to spend more time together as a family. So Marceau then was like, okay, what day you want to have a date night, this, that, and the third. They make up a date and a time. So then he gets on the phone, was like, Suri, remind me on such and such date. And Dr. Francis looked at him like, is this nigga for real? And he says to him, I don't ask Siri to remind me of anything that's important to me. And I was like, amen. Like, why should Siri have to remind you to spend time with your goddamn wife, my nigga? What the fuck? So Marceau was like, I'm willing to learn how to make this important to me. Y'all better listen to the words that come out of people's mouths when they are speaking to you, because actions and words, they both speak loud. I know that analogy is actions speak louder than words, but in this case, my nigga, his actions and his words match the fuck up. This nigga really said, I'm willing to learn how to make this important to me. You're willing to learn how to make your wife important to you. You have to learn that. That's a problem. I don't want no nigga that gotta learn how to want to spend time with me. Girl, Tisha, bitch, you and that rap better go on down to the courthouse. Because, I mean, it's obvious that this is the next marriage that's going to end up crumbling on this show. All of these marriages, to me, need to be a wrap and all need to be in divorce court. Because I don't see it for now, none of them. So, Dr. Francis, they get up to leave, and Dr. Francis said, I'll be here waiting on y'all, because he know he gonna see their asses again, because he was looking like, I thought Mill and Martell was a shit show. This is even worse. So they get outside, and they talking, and Tisha was like, I need you to hold, your word, keep your word. I need you to come back, because it seemed like you listen more to him than you listen to me, and that's a problem. So Marcel was like, what he's saying and you're saying doesn't line up with the facts. You have to be accountable. When I do call you on date night and stuff, you are doing other shit. And if she is doing that, then that is a problem. I will agree with him on that. If he is making an effort and then when he called her to be like, what's up? And then she doing other stuff, then you can't fucking complain. So she gets mad and was like, you know what, just forget it. And so he's standing there looking stupid and shit in the face. I'm like, child, y'all need more than one goddamn counseling session. Y'all need Dumbledore. Y'all need Jesus. Y'all need Noah. Y'all need Left Eye. Y'all need Biggie, bitch. Y'all need goddamn me, the Dalai Lama. Y'all need all the help. So Maurice, Kiowa, and Monster spend some time together, and then they sit down and to talk, and she brings up him vaping and asks what made him do it. And I don't know if he answered the question or not, but the clip they showed us was the little boy just sitting there looking just dumb in the face. So then Maurice was like, it's probably the worst thing that you've done. Now you have to prove that's not who I am. Maurice then bring up the little boy, little girlfriend, and how that's the reason why he want to go back home for the summer. Then they get to talking about sex, and Monster was like, I don't plan on doing that until I'm 24 in a healthy marriage. I was looking at the little boy like, yo, little lying ass boy, sit your ass down somewhere. I really just want them to stop calling him Monster, because I really feel like you speak shit into existence and you speak life in tongue, or I mean life and death with your tongue, and calling your child a monster. You don't think that's a problem? I understand it probably was a cute little nickname like Cookie Monster or some shit when he was a kid, but it's not cute now to be calling a black boy monster. If somebody that know them watch this my reviews, please let them know that is not a good. Maurice always want to bring up him being a young black man. Well, don't you think him being a young black man that you shouldn't be running around calling him monster? especially with the date and the times that we live in, of him being a young black boy. Oh, what's that? His name over there, Monster. That it just gives on the title of something thuggish or whatever the case may be, playing into the stereotypes. Call that little boy Lil M, Lil Maurice, Eminem. I don't know. Call him something other than Monster. I hate that fucking name. It is atrocious. Ugh. So Tiffany prepares to go to Mel's little ladies' night, and she talks to her husband. Hey, about meeting Destiny again, and about, how when she met Destiny, she reminded her of the incident of when they first ran into each other, and she was like, I saw you the other night with LeBrick or whatever. She was like, you ain't see me. So the husband was like, was that the right time to bring it up? And she was like, I didn't mean nothing by it, and she was like, so if by chance she is still salty, do you have any advice? So her husband Louis was like, you ain't mean no harm, just try to do better moving forward. So Tisha arrives at Mel's house first, and they have a whole conversation in the kitchen as they're preparing the food. And Mel decides to give us a good old House of Targaryen Targaryen realness, baby. She thought she was goddamn Daenerys Targaryen in this bitch. She must have had been binge watching Game of Thrones that weekend, child, because that wig was giving us House of Targaryen. I was like, bitch, where are your dragons? So Tisha tells her that her and Marceau went to see Dr. Francis. And Mel was like, I hope you do a better job with them than he did with us, because you see how we turned out. So Tisha was like, what's up with this Tiffany chick that's coming? Because I've been hearing she been stirring the pot. Mel was like, I don't think she was trying to start anything. I think it was a genuine conversation. I can see it being interpreted that way, but Tiffany came in hot. Tiffany knew exactly what she came to do. She came to get the shit started. Yeah, that was her intentions. Tisha says Destiny was like, I wonder if Mel knew about this conversation. I was like, we on a reality show, so she gotta do what she gotta do. But damn, Tisha, why the fuck you bring that shit up? I'm like, here we go with that shit. And Tisha knew what the fuck she was doing. Tisha knew exactly what the fuck she was doing. Tisha's like, oh baby, I'm gonna tell Mel this shit, cause I'm gonna crack her motherfucking face. She thought they was cool like that. And for me to be the one to tell her that Destiny was saying this about her, oh, you know that's gonna eat Mel up. Baby, I see you. I see you, Tisha. Checkmate on your behalf. So Mel was like, I think she was trying to remind her about when they met and the conversation they had. Mel in her confessional says, when Tisha tells me about the conversation her and Destiny had, and Destiny expressing her annoyance with Tiffany, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I thought she and I had a much better friendship, to the point of something bothered her, she knows she can reach out to me. So, hearing this coming from Tisha, it's a no-go right now. And I don't blame Mel in this situation, because why are you talking about me to somebody I don't really fuck with like that? I'm basically only trying to mend this shit for television purposes. Or it could even be genuine. It could be genuine, but even if it is genuine and they're trying to at least learn how to be cordial with each other, you still know we don't fuck with each other like that. So why would you even be having this type of conversation about me and questioning my integrity and loyalty to you, to somebody I don't fuck with like that? And at the same token, you could have called me, picked up the phone, and said that you had these thoughts or concerns. So all of it is not making sense to me. So Mel off rip is like, oh shit, that's what we doing? Let's get it going. So Mel can't wait for Destiny to arrive. Tiffany arrives next. Tisha was like, oh, I know you with the Chambers of Commerce. Lady can't say Chamber of Commerce. Chambers. Ain't no S on it, ma'am. So she was like, I heard you the girl that's been stirring the pot. And Tiffany downplayed. I feel like Tiffany came in hot and did all of that and didn't realize, oh shit, I done started this flame. Now I either gotta keep that same energy or I'm gonna back down. It seems like she's backing down because she realizes she got suckered into doing team too much. Cause I'm like, I need for you to keep that same energy. Cause in her confessional, she's still giving us gangster vibes, but in real time on the show, she's giving us, I ain't do it. Like, I need for you to keep that same energy, ma'am. So Kimmy arrives, and Kimmy in her confessional says, I haven't seen Tiffany since the brunch, but I'm gonna remain cordial. She ain't feeling that bitch neither. So the girls end up going outside starting to eat. I guess Destiny end up coming later, some shit. So she arrives, but the door is locked. So she's standing outside. It's hot. So she end up having to call Mel to come open the door. So from her standpoint, things are already starting off bad. So she comes, she sits outside of the table with them, and it's hella awkward. She making faces, looking all around the table and shit. So Mel jumped the shit off, and she was like, Tisha told me you might be upset with me. And Des was like, we'll talk. Mel was like, well, what was your problem in terms of what we were talking about at the brunch? Baby, Mel was on go. Destiny was like, I was serving some tea that was cold. That was my biggest thing. It wasn't cold tea, and it wasn't your biggest thing, but okay, downplay it now, girl, I guess. So Tiffany was like, I don't remember anyone bringing tea or whatever. Tiffany over there trying to downplay it being a punk. I was like, girl, all right. So Mel was like, do you think she intentionally came with some tea? And Tiffany was like, absolutely not. So Destiny was like, I don't know. Mel was like, well, girl, why don't you ask me? I invited her. Destiny choking because her drink went down the wrong pipe. Destiny was like, I need you to pipe it down. Mel was like, ask me. And Destiny was like, I'll ask you. I don't have no problem. Give me a second. So at this point now, Destiny got an attitude and rolling her neck trying to get Mel together. Mel was like, because I ain't do that. And Destiny was like, did I say you did? The hit dog hollered or whatever. So then Mel was like, Tisha said you mad at me. Destiny says, I never told you I was mad at you. I told you we're going to talk, Melody Hope. Baby. So Mel was like, so what you mad about? Destiny was like, we'll talk about it, me and you, but I'm going to finish my tea. But my thing is, you don't get to say we're going to talk about it when you ready to talk about it when you already brought up this shit on camera and to this bitch. No, it don't work like that. If you got something to say, bitch, say it right now. You just said it to everybody else. Say it right now to my motherfucking face. That's the energy I'm on. So uh Mel was like, so what's the problem with the tea? And Destiny's like, it was cold. You brought me something that wasn't even irrelevant. Girl, it was irrelevant. We've already stated that it was irrelevant because your ass jumped up and went in the bathroom and cried over a nigga named LaBrick. Girl, get the fuck out of here. Please, bye. So I can't wait to next week episode to see this confrontation between them two because as far as my standpoint, I'm siding with Mel on this one because if you felt that way, if you was questioning that or questioning me or whatever the case may be, you had the opportunity to call me on the phone as my friend and say, hey, I don't know if this was your intention. What's up with this? Whatever, blah, blah, blah. You didn't do that. You waited till you got on camera. You said that shit and you said it to Tisha. You knew exactly what the fuck you was doing, bitch. So yeah, I see you and I don't fuck with you. So yeah, that's how I'm coming. Like, nah, we ain't even about to do that because now I'm looking at you like, oh, that's what we doing now, bitch? Oh, okay. So you were never really my friend if you go talk about me to the next bitch that you know I don't even fuck with like that. Oh, okay. Um, so yeah, Mel need to call up her good Judy Martell. Cause Martell, one thing I can say about Martell and Mel is that nigga ain't shit, but he have her back when necessary, god damn it. He gonna come with the reeds, honey. That good Judy be ready. But that's my review on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Let me know what y'all thought about tonight's episode. Whose side are you on? Are you siding with Destiny? Or are you siding with Mel? How did you feel about the Kiowa, Kimmy and them situation? What did you think about Marceau and Tisha's counseling session? Let's talk down below. Once again, make sure you guys subscribe to my backup channel. The link is down below in the description box. Make sure you thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.